it down and let's make it real, right? So I have my niece in the audience, and as I was talking about the barometer report, and it talks about how in 52% of our households we have very little interracial relationships and interaction. And in our households is where the real racism happens. It's when you come home from school, your parents are maybe asking you, how many black children are in the class? How many Indian children are in the class? Is your teacher white, black, or whatever? And it's those sort of questions. So, for example, those of us that have consciousness, as we're bringing up the younger generation, my niece, for example, when she's relating a story, I say to her, why do you have to say this black girl? What does the race have to do with the person? It's about trying to call it out in our own spaces. Another example we're talking about is one of her other cousins or family members, and this just shows how racist we are as a society, but we won't come out and say it. Another extended family member was saying that they won't watch Black Panther because there's only black actors in there. And if we allow that to continue, it's wrong. We need to say, sorry, that's not on. And actually, I went to watch Black Panther, and I think it's damn right brilliant. In fact, the lead actor is so hot. So I'm breaking it down in that way, number one. Number two, so it's really in our households. Number two is really, let's start being honest with each other. And I'll talk about the Indian community. I don't classify myself as Indian because I believe in the utopian non-racism, right? She get quite angry about this. So in the workplace, I didn't on my form classify myself as Indian. Whenever I have a form that says, are you black, Indian, white, or whatever, I write, please read Anthony Appiah. I don't want to be classified according to this. So that's one example, starting to question these things. But I was leading to what got me to this stage. And it's really first-year university, which many people are not, don't really get to in South Africa. Let's be honest with that. But I study sociology, and I study sociology of race within my medical degree. And what it taught me is think outside of the box. This is a colonial construct, that sort of thing. But what we're being taught in schools is, and it's great that we taught this in schools, don't get me wrong, it's the history of we're this rainbow nation, we've come out of apartheid, we all live together in harmony, but we're not talking about the sociology, I think, which can be very powerful in our curriculum. A quick thing on the land expropriation, and if I may be quite, bold on this, is I think land expropriation in our present day should start with Nkandla and then take it from there.
Okay, so with that said, you can already hear in studio that a lot of murmur in